friends, it's Monica Schrader from theschraderpage.com and the Schrader Page blog. I'm really excited to be here today for Teacher's Notebook Back to School 2013 Teaching Tips presentations. Today I'm going to share with you how I bring the power of Magic E to life in my classroom. One of the things that I do right away is I share the true story of Magic E, after we've discussed vowel sounds, of course. I'm going to read it to you really quick. Once upon a time in alphabet land, there was a vowel called Little E. Little E loved magic. He practiced lots of different types of magic tricks on his vowel friends. Most of the time the tricks did not work and the other vowels picked on him. So one night he went to his window and gazed out at the twinkling stars. And if you'll notice, there's some traceables in here, and then there's a little coloring sheet coming up. He made a wish that would give him the magical power to make the other vowels say their names. When Little E awoke that morning, he did not feel any different, but when he looked in the mirror, he saw that something had happened. And if you look close, Magic E has a little star above his head. On top of his head was a twinkling star. Magic E was amazed and he rushed out to try his new magical power. And then at the end of the booklet, you're going to see this is me trying out Magic E's power. So after my students go out and practice Magic E's power, then they come back and do an illustration. So one of the things that I do before my students head out into centers is I cast a spell on them. So this is my Magic E wand, and I picked this up at Walmart, stuck a dowel rod in the bottom. And we have this little poster over by the Magic E wands, but I have them sit down and I say, oh Magic E, grant my students the power of thee. Help them see you when they read. Help them know just what you mean. And then I kind of tap on their little heads as they go off into centers. One of the things that they get to do while they're out in centers is they get to wear these super cute little Magic E crowns, so they remember that they have the power of Magic E when they're in centers, and it's just a gold border, and I added the Magic E. Some of the centers that they get to go to is a flip and read, really simple to make, where my students are just reading the short vowel pin and then flipping to read the Magic E. So I have several of these pre-made out in centers for them while they have their crown on. I then talk to them a little bit about the word family. So they might take a sheet like this that has the word family ein on it with the Magic E, and they're going to go ahead and make as many of the word family words for ein as they can. And I collect all of these and put these into a big book. And once the big book is created, the center that the students can do is read through our Magic E big book. And then they can go ahead and sort the real and nonsense words. Another center that I have out there for them are just some simple word cards where they're reading the Magic E words and then they're going and giving their E some magic. So that's the tip that I'm always saying to them, is give your E some magic, because that's going to remind them of the power of Magic E. I also have a big book swat that my students love to go to. I just grab fly swatters from the dollar store and I add the Magic E to the fly swatter, and then my students are able to grab big books that I have out in the center, and they can go through and swat the Magic E words. And once they've done that, they can go ahead, and I always have a poster blown up where they're going to go ahead and record the Magic E words that they found. So the next person that comes to the center can either hunt for the Magic E words that are right here from the last group, or they can go through the book and see if they can find more. And I'll have a couple different books there for them to choose from. Another thing that my students love are these little Magic E wands. These are the stars where they're going to give their E some magic. So they can use these, when they're out in centers and they're reading. So simple to make if you want to use just a popsicle stick and add a star. I actually grabbed these this year from Carson DeLosa because I just thought they were so cute. And at the very end of our Magic E centers, at the end of the day, we still have our crowns on, we're kind of getting back together, talking about what we did. I have them create flashcards because I really like them to be able to go home and teach mom and dad what we learned at school today. And this is a really important rule for them to know the power of Magic E. So I have them write Magic E words. It's a good assessment too, because you can see who have got the pattern and who's still struggling a bit with that. And I pass out the star stickers. You can get them at the dollar store, Walmart. They're super cheap. But I pass them out, and once the words have been written and I've checked their words, they go through and give their E some magic. So then we pop those in a baggie, and they're able to take those home and practice at home, and also show mom and dad, teach mom and dad the power of Magic E. Plus they have these great crowns on, so that always helps. Before we end our centers, we go back to the true story of Magic E, and I actually have this pre-recorded on a video, so they get to watch it on a video. And at the very end, they go ahead and illustrate them trying out Magic E's power in centers. So it's a nice way for them to reflect on what they've done. So I hope you find this helpful. Again, it's Monica Schrader from the SchraderPage.com and the Schrader Page blog. My Magic E centers, try them out. Your students will never forget the power of Magic E.